Welcome to the first game of a new series that I'm hoping to do. We'll see how this goes. I know it won't be maybe as interesting for everybody, but I think this will be very interesting. This is a viewer game. The Sicilian here in the blue playing as Sicilians, very fitting, is a player who stopped by my chat the other day, the comment section rather, stopped by the comment section and dropped his name. I did say once in one video, or maybe two, that I would potentially cast games if you put your name in the comments section. So that's what we're doing. We are here on Alpine Lakes. This is a game at, you can see the elos, 701 for the Sicilian and 682 for Jan Loon in the red, playing as the Hindustanis. Here we are, Alpine Lakes, and I'm not really sure what this villager's doing. Okay, looking for those sheep. Really desperate to get those sheep in is the Sicilian. That's not necessary. I'm not going to try to be nice, by the way. I'm just going to cast, going to have fun. See what I say. I'm not going to be trying to be super nice, super educational. I'm just trying to entertain. The Sicilian dropping a third house. It's pretty early. We can see definitely unique build order over here. We've got a little bit more standard of a build going. One extra there on the food source. Similar here where one villager is just kind of wandering around for the Sicilian. I'm wondering what he's going to do for wood and where this villager's going. He's going to lame. Oh, I love it. I love it. This guy. Huh? What? What? What are you doing? What are you doing? Maybe he's not going to lame. I thought he was going to go lame. Now he's got 7 here. The Sicilian just kind of seems a little confused what to do with this villager. Has a plan. And that plan is a forward lumber camp. And you can see over here, Janlin already got 4 on wood. He's accidentally killed 2 sheep, which is not great. This is not what you want to see. Heading out to wall. Already very safe players. Alright, dropping down a bunch of extra houses. I would say at this point you probably want to be adding a dock in for these fish rather than adding a bunch of houses in. But, you know, the forward lumber camp, if that's your thing, you do your thing. Forward lumber camp and then straggler trees. So that's just awkward. Now, this is not a normal map. Could be that these players are a little confused about this map. Not quite sure what's going on. Not quite sure how it all works. I'm not sure. This is a weird map. Both players just creating villagers. We've got 48 seconds of idle TC time already for the Sicilian and 40 and counting already for Janloon. Actually, it's going to catch right up. 48, 49 passes by the Sicilian. 51 seconds of idle TC time already for Janloon. These guys, a big tip for you is to keep your TC working. Janloon looks like has the first half of a build order down. Okay, so learn the other half. For the Sicilian, yeah, look up a build order. Learn a build order. And I'll explain why straggler trees, you've heard this 1,000 times. Straggler trees are bad. Why are straggler trees bad to take? Look at the walking time from here to here versus if you have the lumber camp nestled in these trees or in these trees, the walking camp to the lumber camp is minimal. And the walk to get there actually ends up being a whole lot less. So that's a good place for lumber camp. Could be smushed up a little bit closer, but, you know, we'll let that pass. And a mill being dropped down as well. Janloon bringing in a second boar. Do we have boar being brought in for the Sicilian? There's one. Maybe there's not 2 boar. Maybe that's just the first boar. It's timing for a second boar. I'm not sure. These are nice looking walls getting set up here. Janloon wants to be nice and safe. The Sicilian just out scouting around on auto scout. Has 4 villagers on this forward lumber camp. So this is something. I don't know what it is. We'll see. But it's something. Goes ahead and finishes out the straggler trees, then heads over to a lumber camp. And you can see Janloon doing the same thing. Yeah, T90 was not kidding. Now this mill, if you're gonna mill these, all right, go ahead and mill right up here. But you might as well use the dock because that essentially gives you 2 eco production buildings. Like you have a town center and you have a dock. So you can produce villagers onto wood and fishing ships onto fish, and you're getting more eco per time. Now, yeah, the fishing ships drop off. You need to build fish traps with them. You got to protect them. It slows down your age up and everything. But you get more eco. Essentially, you just get more eco. So it's definitely worth it. These are deep fish. I don't know how fast villagers collect deep fish. Looks like pretty decent rate. I don't really know. And Janloon finishing out these walls, walling up his little corner of the map. The Sicilian is yep, the Sicilian had some idle villagers. Sorry about that. Pause there. Sicilian heavy onto the fish. So both players kind of doing the same thing at this point. Janloon on the way up to feudal age. The Sicilian not there just yet. 25 villagers versus 24. So both players just really booming it up. And again, this slumber camp is really dangerous. So if that was spotted, let's see what has been spotted. Okay, this is not spotted for Janloon. Janloon does not know about this slumber camp. But if he did, this would be a big problem. Because this is very exposed. Right here in the middle of the map, a couple archers, a couple scouts even would do so much damage to this. Now the Sicilian on the way up as well. On gold, so I don't know what that means, but on gold. I would normally expect to see archers or men-at-arms. If players on gold already, expect to see archers, but I don't know. Now Janloon doesn't want to mess around, heading to stone. Not even on gold yet. Not trying to get up fast to the next stage, just getting onto stone. If you're going to wait this late to build your farms, go ahead and get your upgrade before you build these farms. It's kind of a big deal. If you're going to wait until feudal age to build any farms, don't build any farms before getting horse color. Both players, oh, the double barracks play. So the Sicilian is going to be doing some men-at-arms aggression. Interesting. Now, if the Sicilian was on stone, I would expect some, the tower thingies, donjons. I would expect a donjon rush, but I don't think that's what we're seeing. Unfortunately, do not think we're seeing a donjon rush. Not a lot happening from either player. A blacksmith is down. We've got a barracks. Okay, we got supplies, men-at-arms. We're seeing a men-at-arms rush. So, and we are seeing a donjon indeed, but why here? Okay, I guess protection makes sense, but big question I have is, how are you going to sustain the donjon rush? You've just run out of food source. You aren't on stone. You need to get your upgrade. Massively important as Sicilians to get horse color. Like, so important because they get an extra bonus from horse color. So, please get horse color. We'll see how scary this rush is, though, too. This guy just kind of levitating there in the air. That's funny. We'll see how scary this man-at-arms rush is to Jan. We've got spearmen coming out, so Jan is not ready for this. Expecting scouts or something of the like, but it's going to be spearmen. That's going to be pretty scary. Now heading to stone is the Sicilian. Now he's fixing his eco, adding a market in. He needs to add a bunch of farms in, or else go to... Yeah, he needs to add another bunch of farms in. Adding a blacksmith as well. Not sure the plan. Not sure the play. 7 men-at-arms. Okay, go pressure. You've got enough men-at-arms. Go pressure. Go scare the enemy. Enemy doesn't know what's up. Just waiting. No eco upgrades. No farms. Eco upgrades are a must. You should have gotten all your eco upgrades by now if you're not being aggressive. And here come the men-at-arms. Now you want to attack the gate. The gate is the weak point here, not the house. If you attack the gate, these gates are so weak. I know that says 400 HP, but there's something wrong with the way gates work. They just go down so fast. Now, it's going to be 6 spearmen versus 7 men-at-arms, and let me tell you, that goes in favor of the men-at-arms pretty extremely, if they fight back. Okay, the house is down, now the men-at-arms fight back, the spearmen have to run away. We can see the game is heating up, both players panicking at the moment. Well, the Sicilian right in his wheelhouse. This is what he planned for. This is what he dreamed of this whole game. And on the other side, Janloon trying to figure things out. We have the Sicilian making the beautiful farms around the town center with the 1 tile space to get more farms around the 12 farm strategy. I believe it's 12. Did he get horse color? No. So these are 175 instead of something like 300 food farms. And there's a hole down here this entire time. There is a hole. But the Sicilian spending all of Jan's wood. Unfortunately, Jan does have a lot of spare wood at the moment. Sicilian is going to take a different tack now. He's going to try to attack the gate and get in. Nice. Forcing a defensive tower. Now, I will say Jan was prepared for this. He's ready for this. He's got all the stone in the world. It's not going to be enough, though. Not going to be enough. These men-at-arms are going to break in. They're going to find their way in. And another donjon could be dropped. A couple sergeants would be nice here to go in and build a donjon in the enemy base, but I don't think we're going to see that. These spearmen don't know what to do. They're not finding any damage. This gate, it's going down. It drops. These villagers forced to run away. This tower is going to complete with 1 villager, potentially. Archers on the way out. That is the correct play. Do we have fletching in? No. No fletching in. We do have armor in for these men-at-arms, so they're a little bit scarier than they look. And they'll dodge away. And the men-at-arm pressure is everywhere. Now, this archer is a pretty big deal. And the men-at-arms decide to just attack the walls and try to find their way in. Ooh, good unit control from the Sicilian. He's managed to keep these 3 men-at-arms out of the town center fire. Now, those 5, not so much. But these 3 kept out of the town center fire and headed down there. We hear the town bell going off, going on, going off, going on. Lots of dead men-at-arms there. These guys could head in, but lots of dead villagers down here. We have a total KD of 5-6, but that's an eco KD of 2-0 in favor of the Sicilian. So it looks like Janloon has defended for now, but there's still men-at-arms are roaming around in his base, destroying his buildings and houses, and he's lost a few villagers. Now, that being said, if we look down in the bottom right, we see 8 minutes of idle TC time for the Sicilian, and only 4 minutes for Janloon. So you can see up here, the villager count's still in favor of our Hindustani player. That is something pretty important to notice. These 5 spearmen, just kind of hanging out, and this is getting a little bit dicey, I think. Honestly, for the Sicilian. He doesn't have any protection at home, doesn't have an army really anymore. Well, he has 10 men-at-arms. Where are the 10 men-at-arms? Oh, there they are. Here they come. 9 men-at-arms there and 1 back in here. Just destroying the houses. And Janloon doesn't know what to do, getting men-at-arms of his own. Gonna try to match the men-at-arms with his own men-at-arms as well as archer backup, which is not a bad play. I think archers would be fine, but when you're struggling to get enough production out, you could drop another 2 archery ranges and build a lot more. And castlage on the way from Janloon. Sergeants now, that's what you want to see. These guys, compare them to the men-at-arms. 45 HP, 45 HP. 5+1 attack versus 6+1. But the big difference, 2+1 pierce armor versus 1+1. Also, these guys, they can build donjons inside the enemy base. And with no micro, archers fall to the men-at-arms, and the archers are falling to the men-at-arms, and the KD is quickly shifting in favor of the Sicilian, and now it's 4 villagers killed. The eco difference is staying similar. And we have good game. The Sicilian wins it with the man-at-arms pressure. Let's check the stats on that one. We can see the military stats for the Sicilian pretty solid with superior KD and economy after all that pressure. 1.5 KD and a lot of buildings destroyed with 20 men-at-arms. Well, 18 men-at-arms or so, 17 maybe, and a few sergeants. Economically, you can see that Janlin did collect more overall. So that idle TC time was a pretty big deal by the end of the game. Technology stats, you can see Janlin had a better grasp of build orders, just ever so slightly, but couldn't handle the pressure, and villagers, better grasp of villagers, but pressure. That is a key for you. If you're looking to win some games in this wonderful game of Age of Empires, pressure your opponent. And we can see we got some speedy players here at 9 APM for the Sicilian and 14 for Jan. Feels bad. Feels bad when you're the faster player and can't handle the pressure, but that's just the way it goes. For those of you wondering what your APM is, you don't want to know. I promise you, you don't want to know. Here we have 9 versus 14. Well, I hope you enjoyed this game, and if you're the Sicilian, I hope I wasn't too hard on you. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed watching this. If you want to see more viewer games, drop your name in the comments, and I'm not promising anything, but I might cast your game. If you want to see more of this, consider subscribing. If you liked the video, drop a like. If not, that's all right. We'll catch you in the next one. See ya.